Willkommen zurück. Wir reden jetzt gerade mit den ganzen Typen auf dem Schiff und machen direkt weiter, würde ich sagen. Die ist seekrank, oder?
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidreas were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renin rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renins for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renins were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renins ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidreas did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renins invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renins invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renins, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renins but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renins and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Lecker. So, Donny.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidreas?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidreas did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidreas do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously. But it is a means to an end, nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in that respect at least. I'm really not that surprised that Almeidreas resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city? He didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Okay. Und Laune noch.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidreas, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her?
Yeah.
I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
So, das war das letzte Gespräch, oder?
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidreas. I'll ask Mahavar.
Du hast vieles erwachsen geworden, ist ernsthaft. Schiff hat einen größeren Vorsprung als ich dachte. Wenn ihr noch ein Nickerchen einlegen wollt, bevor es ernst wird, hier ist die Chance. Ausruhen. Wie geht's los? Hoffe ich jedenfalls. Wieder mal ein bisschen Action. Weniger Gelaber. Ne, schönes Schiff.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you?
Nettes Schiffi.
Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Interessant, dass das keiner gemerkt hat.
Persistent little things.
Nee, ist jetzt doch gemerkt.
Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry
nee, nicht
already,
noch so ein
my
Ding.
dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Gibt's wieder einen kleinen Dino zum Köpfen?
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Okay, auf geht's. Rein da. Mobile Festung Gaia. Na, endlich mal wieder ein paar Soldaten, die man killen kann. Mitglieder, die eine Gruppe verlassen haben, sind zurückgekehrt. Achso, okay. Almeidreas Schwimmbefestung.
Now that's what I call a ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidreas plans to do from here on out? Now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
Unter der Maske.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing.
So, weniger plappern. Einfach loslegen. Angst des Lebens, 3 Stück, reicht nice. Dann können wir uns ja gleich reinstürzen.
Right, here goes! Bring him down! Radiant Radiant flew away!
Lightning orb!
I'm going in!
Raging
Call through one! Fire support! Double demon!
Now!
Support! Illusion!
Light astral energy! I'm all
Too
soaked
fast!
up! Here
I'll
goes!
trip it up!
Gemini
Flew away!
Kommst. Die überhaupt immer Schaden?
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Ja, stimmt, wir kriegen jetzt wieder Kristalle und so zurück. Nice.
Rocket Red!
Oh my lord!
You'll have no
Fire support! Its armor's too strong. Split it open! Be my guest!
Here's a healing arc!
Running prepare to be seen!
I never miss!
In a bind? You're mine! You're finished! Dragon Form! The Tempest and Starboard! Shattering! Take it!
Raging cascade!
Nothing gets by me!
Sleep now!
I'll smash you!
I'll be saving this one! With this, I can become even stronger!
So, kann das irgendeiner kaputt machen? Ich glaube nicht, oder? Will ich mir das ein oder sieht es genau aus wie das Ding in Rüber? Ich verstehe, dass Astralenergie ist, könnte eine von Almeidreas sein.
Got it!
Wenn ich die okay, sie kann das auflösen, sicher. Finde ich gut. Ins Absolvieren? Okay. Wir sind in dem Raum und
That went
raus.
well.
Das heißt, ich muss mal dahinter schauen.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope.
Das ist gut.
Gotta break through! Strut!
Far enough!
Seismic Rupture! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Negative Gate!
I'm weak now. I'll be saving this one.
Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Resonate with the air!
Dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Jetzt.
Raining!
Ja. Herrscherhebel ist super, wenn der Gegner am Boden liegt.
Looks like we got them all.
Nice Gold. Schade, dass ich hier nichts kaufen kann. Okay, Aufzug, aber ich denke, wir können nicht fahren, oder? Ja, ist offline. Wer hätte es gedacht? Hier kann ich nicht drüber hüpfen. Nice Pfirsichschilling.
Get lost!
Take this! I see one, eh?
Dance in the wind!
Armor won't save you. Tell me, have you ever considered your
Dragon Swarm!
can't get out of this?
Far enough!
You picked the wrong fight! I'm not done! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon!
I'm ready.
Der arme Gegner.
Burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Looks like we won.
Oh, 10.000 Gold, what? Habe ich aber ordentlich Cash hinterhergeworfen.
Go no further!
Ja, das ist schlecht.
You think that shield will save you? Sleep now. Here's a healing
We're not finished!
Raging cascade! Where's the mark?
You're mine!
Ja, Rinwell ist auf jeden Fall. Das ist auch schon, ne?
Shield! This one's got your name on it!
To action.
Here I go!
My turn!
Go! Here!
I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Let's refrain from losing.
Hey! It's that ingredient! Yeah, the one for that recipe.
Wie sie sich total gehypt fühlen von ein bisschen Milch, die einfach irgendwo rumsteht. Standard. Vergiss es, du wirfst keine Bombe.
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Raging cascade!
Here I come! Dragon form! On your knees. Now you see what I can do! Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Could have been worse.
Ein roter? Waren das nicht die mit den super vielen Lebenspunkten?
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Lightning orb!
Take down their defense.
By the power of earth! In the sky! Do it! In here!
Blow them away! Not a chance. Not today.
Where are you going?
Das ist natürlich jetzt blöd, weil Law auf Cooldown ist. Oh, super. Ah, Mist, hat sich wieder regeneriert.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Fertigkeitspunkte. 178. Grüne Lüften, die brauchen wir nicht. Blau, aber... Reduzierte Voraussetzungen sind erneut. So. Und jetzt der rote Gegner. Wahrscheinlich wieder super viel Lebensenergie. Der schaut interessant aus.
No further. Ready? You're mine. Dance on the wind.
That may prove a thorn in our side.
Nothing gets by me!
Not on my watch!
On your knees.
Raging cascade! Here!
Carve through armor.
Purificator!
Dragon form. A new melody.
Auch schon mal schlecht.
You won't make a fool of me.
It's weakened!
This ends now. Here I come.
Lightning orb!
It's over.
Raging cascade!
Take that.
In here!
Here I come.
I'll be saving you going!
Elusive deity. Rotating fire form.
Searing flame! Lightning orb!
Take this. Resonate with the earth. Blow away.
Raging hot and sweet!
Blow away.
Like astral
On your
orb!
knees. In a bind.
Lightning and death!
Take this.
Thunderblade!
Ja, macht nicht viel Schaden, aber er hält halt extrem viel aus.
You pick a wrong path.
Raging
Resonate with the earth.
Here goes!
Raining blast. Blow
In
away.
here!
Jetzt ist er
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Looks like
ja,
we
da
won.
ist der Schlüssel.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
Oh, das ist
It
ein
might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Taschenstelle ist immer gut. Aber ich nehme sowieso jeden Loot mit, den ich kriegen kann. Ebene 2. Ist nicht zugänglich, okay. Untere Ebene. Okay. Da ist ja der Quest, jetzt gehen wir erstmal hier rein. Absorbiert die das? Nee, es kostet nicht, okay. Ich hab schon gedacht, wir kriegen da Punkte für.
Little help!
You're mine. I can carve through armor. Far enough.
Shining supernova!
Seismic rupture. Blow away. Raining blast.
Pierce evil!
We got flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Astro art.
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
Das geht schon so bescheuert aus.
Blow away. You're mine. This one's all mine. Not today.
More where that came from! In the sky now! Nicely done.
Ist das schon wieder was anderes? Oh, ein großer. Ein großer Wein.
If you know what's good for you. Now you mother!
Will this help?
Take this! Die! You're mine!
Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Raging cascade! Annihilation!
Try harder!
Now! More for the style!
Double demon fang!
Get out of the way!
Double demon fang! Double demon fang! You'll pay for that!
Oh, nice.
I'll bring you back from dead days!
Dragon swarm! Burn in hell!
Resuscitation!
You're mine!
So, und jetzt auch Flaschen.
Still got a fight in me!
Raining slash!
Grünwell, warum bist du eigentlich im Nahkampf? Ja, warte. Ist noch nicht verstanden?
Resonate with the earth! Dragon swarm!
Another incantation of ruin.
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Nice.
Light astral energy!
Dragon swarm!
Confiscated!
Double demon
Gaia's mine! This one's
Charge
mine!
like that could easily be fatal.
Ja, ich kann's nicht vloggen.
well, I'm here to stop it.
I must remember my limits.
Take this!
Light raging cascade!
Burn in hell!
Save you!
The enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
Resonate with the earth!
Light astral energy! It's time to finish this!
Ja, Finisher.
Die! Consuming wildfire!
Nice.
Benediction light.
You're mine! Live up!
Ja, und gleich nochmal ein Skill drauf.
Say no more!
So muss es sein.
It was a close thing.
Hier gibt's ordentlich Loot, what the fuck? Nice. 2 rote Schuhe. Was ist das Gewand für Ringwood, glaube ich? Oberimplem. Oh. Die kriegt das Zauberemblem, aber das muss ich dann noch pushen. Unten weißes Gewand, nice. Ordentliches Wundergebiet.
Dragon swarm!
Benediction light.
Glacial spear! I can't heal you forever!
To the fray! We did it! Eat this!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Elusive deity!
Not in your dreams! Where are you going? Do it!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! Now! Move it!
Raging cascade!
Take this! Dragon swarm! Can't get out of this! You're finished!
Here I go! I'm only getting started! Now!
Und
All
dann.
yours, Kisara.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Na, was halt
These don't seem like your
dafür?
run-of-the-mill Zugos the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as
Das
her.
verbesserte Belastungsexperiment war ein Erfolg, Lord Almeidreas. Das ist sehr freuen. Die Lordschaft ist von diesem Sugi sehr angetan, dass das ganze Labor wurde wegen ihm gefeuert. What? Okay. Ja, ich würde sagen, wir machen in der nächsten Folge weiter, weil ich glaube, jetzt passiert gleich wieder irgendwas. Also macht's gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.